Tonight, helping us, going to be our guest tonight is Danny Studstill. Danny's been on the show here. This is, I think, is his second time. He practices here in Macon, also has offices in Valdosta and Nashville in South Georgia. And he practices, I have the honor of working with my father-in-law, and Danny has the honor of working with his son and daughter-in-law. So we kind of have that in common, but glad to have you back.
Thank you for having me, Dan.
That's right.
Nepotism at its best.
That is right. Well,
listen, 4th of July is coming up, Danny. Let's talk about boating, because that's where we're seeing a lot of accidents occur. Let's talk about that, the changes that are coming up.
That is so true. Remember last year when we talked, Georgia had just passed in May of last year the new boating laws and the reform. And recall that we talked about Kyle Glover was the young 12-year-old that was killed on Lake Lanier with his stepfather being usher. And I think that tragic incident is really what prompted some of that changes. Senate Bill 136, John, really implemented in 2 stages. Some of the changes were last year, and some of them go into effect tomorrow night. One of the more significant ones is the training required, or the boater education course that the Department of Natural Resources sponsors. Some of the other significant portions of it, of the new law that go into effect, are lowering the blood alcohol contents for the boating under the influence from the 10% blood alcohol down to an 8%.
Okay.
0.8, which is more in line with when you're in a vehicle, in a car.
Yes.
And the statute, when you read the statute, really just mimics the regular vehicle DUI laws. It also has a provision that's a 0 tolerance for those folks under 21 years of age. So 0% blood alcohol if you're under 21.
Well, Georgia's really cracking down because, particularly, Danny, if you are a habitual offender when it comes to this kind of thing.
It does, and much as, John, with the driving under the influence for the vehicles, it has what I call a graduated punishment. First time it's this, second time it's this, third time it's this. It has some community service, and it has some monetary penalties to get your license, your boating license, if you will, reinstated. So it's very, very similar to the DUI laws for the vehicle.